So we've been talking a lot about resources throughout this segment, and one of the most important resources is actually community and how it's able to connect an industry together to achieve innovation, share resources, knowledge. And our next speaker is an experienced manager with a demonstrated history of working in the IT industrial engineering industry, skilled in MES, manufacturing execution systems, OpCon MES, process control, control system design, SCADA, and advanced process control. Radu has a master's degree focused in automation engineer from the University of Technica in Cluj. Radu, can I have you on? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for the friendly introduction. So, and thank you all for being here and attending to the Connected Industry presentation. Actually, this is quite special, I think. I don't know if in the previous session of the talks we have speak about the connected industry, but why are we speaking right now about connected industry, Industry 4.0, or the Internet of Things in production? We are speaking about this because this has started, this is on, and actually implies high variety, a high introduction and high introduction level of IT in manufacturing. And what does this mean and why we from Bosch are speaking about this? Many of you know what Bosch is doing. Many of you maybe know just only a part. The main business of Bosch is the mobility business or automotive business. And not only this, we have customers for the consumer goods, we have power tools, we have industrial technology, automation, and all what is needed to run a high production network. Bosch has in total 270 production plants in the world. From here, we started to derive a strategy for the connected industry, for introducing as many possible IT solutions in manufacturing. If we are speaking about 270 production plants, if we are speaking about a high variety of products, we can think of a high amount of value chains which can be created, which can be, let's say, which can be used to generate additional income and to generate additional markets. For this, Bosch has derived a dual strategy for the connected industry. We want to use and to be a leading user and a leading provider in this area. And having this dual strategy, we want to speak about the features for Industry 4.0 which we identified. Bosch has identified 7 features for Industry 4.0 or industrial connectivity. Many of you know production plants from the past. A part of you have already been in production plants. If we think at a feature which will be really important for production plant will be the real fast implementation of every change in manufacturing. And with this real fast implementation of the real change in manufacturing, we have to have a base on open standards, on virtual and in real-time representation of the value chains, to have also a very important look at the security of the information system, linking an entire production network, an international production network. This means for us actually to transfer data from one plant to another, from one business to another. Then we will have to have a closer look to the cybersecurity topics. And furthermore, and continuing with my presentation, I want to take every feature and explain you and actually tell you what we have identified in this 7 feature of which I will speak about. Okay? Good. One or first of the features which I want to discuss about is the distributed intelligence. So for the distributed intelligence, the machines will be able in future to take their own decisions. For example, an autonomous navigation inside a plant, an autonomous delivery of the products to the manufacturing line. This will be decision taken in locally on the machine side, on devices which are pre-programmed and pre-architectured to do this, this distributed intelligence acceptance. Why are we speaking about distributed intelligence acceptance? Modules in production normally are, let's say, programmed right now, in some cases with high automation, in some cases with lower automation. It depends how much you want to invest in, on this side. But the topic is that right now, when you invest in high automation, automatically your product cost will increase. This is the truth. And then automatically when your product cost will increase, then you will have to have a closer look on your customers. Who actually will be, let's say, not only not satisfied, but the direction in which your goods will go will be not according to the market needs. Another feature of connected industry will be open standards. What does open standards mean? Right now, automation technology, and coming from the past, if we think at examples, how did the industrial automation develop? It started directly from those which were in need. Actually, the first programmable logic controller in charge for industrial automation was developed by Mitsubishi. And in this case, if we think that everyone did a standard for his own needs. And actually, right now, if we will look further on what it has to become, what really a connected industry will mean, a high focus will be on open standards, development of open standards, acceptance of open standards on a horizontal way, on a vertical way, acceptance of these standards and creation of open standards on a worldwide level. Another feature which Bosch has identified for the connected industry is having people as key players. We speak a lot about artificial intelligence. We speak a lot about autonomous driving. The truth is that this will come. Everyone wants to bring them. Let's say, there are actions, there are proof, let's say the latest cars which are delivered to the market have some already features implemented in. But in a survey realized in Bosch, between all of those 400,000 employees, we identified and we made 4 different scenarios for the future. And we asked our colleagues, what will be the future of manufacturing? And the common sense, let's say, or the major result from this survey was that people will play a key role in the future of manufacturing. Why? Because still right now we are making decisions, yeah? And decisions which can be done right now by the machines are already described by people. We don't remove the possibility of artificial intelligence, but let's speak the truth, the artificial intelligence is not there right now. In the future, we will arrive at one point where people, together with artificial intelligence, will take fast decisions in order to assist functions in manufacturing areas. Another feature of the Industry 4.0 pointed out by Bosch, it's the virtual time representation and virtual real-time representation. Right now, we speak about, if we think at manufacturing, we speak about sometimes decisions which are done in hours, days, and from this point of view, it's taking too much time. In a connected industry world where everything will be connected, where every machine, every product will interact with another, this topic will be solved. We will be able to take fast decisions by having a real-time representation of the data. We will be able to see our products when they are shipped. We will be able to see exactly if they are shaped during this transportation. We will be able to learn from all of this in order to deliver actually the high quality. And when you can virtually represent your product starting from the engineering point of view till manufacturing point of view, and then going further to the logistic chain and arriving at the point where you have to do a service for your product in many years, and having all of that data collected actually, you will be able to learn from this and actually create algorithms, implement solutions which will prevent your product to be broken, or actually warn the user that yes, please come with your product in the service, because it could be that we will have a feature to modify. And actually also the design will be directly influenced by these features. Taking in consideration that right now feedback to the research and development departments, feedback to the manufacturing departments are coming from fields, and not all the data is always available, and then you will have to dig in deep in the data that you already have from the manufacturing life cycle and your design life cycle. This will take a big influence on the design. Also, design will be influenced by the Industry 4.0 topic and by the much more faster chain in getting the data, processing the data, and learning from it. Another feature about which I want to speak, it's the digital life cycle management. Digital life cycle management. Right now, we know that when we buy a thing, we take it as it is, or actually order it when we invest more in a car, for example. We have some pages of feature from which we have to take out something and decide what we will want to buy. In the future, because of this big amount of data collection and reduction of time between the development life cycle, manufacturing life cycle, and delivery, the products will be designed directly for the users. Another topic and another challenge for the connected industry in this point of view will be the one-to-one marketing, because the user will actually be a part of the design of his product. This will mean that together with the sales team, at that point you will decide how big your car will be, how, no matter which color is in, which kind of features, what kind of connectivity topics you will get in, but actually you will be able to design. If we have a tall guy, then the car will be able to be designed directly at the point of selling point. And this will mean that the digital life cycle management will be a big feature of the connected industry, because this has to be reduced. And it can be reduced by trying to connect everything in the value chain. Another topic of the connected industry is the secure value creation network. If we think at an international production network, having different plants, having parts supplied to different OEMs, and having a lot of data transfer from which the suppliers, the customers, and the end users will learn. This will need a high focus on the secure value creation network, because there will be topics related to intellectual property sometimes. There will be topics related to personal data, and this has to be secured. We see already, also these days with the GDPR, but also with other topics, cybersecurity, there are already features implemented, for example, in our cars. We can start the cars with our smartphone, for example. This has a security, it's a cybersecurity key. Then this cybersecurity key has to be transferred from the original to the original equipment manufacturer, from the manufacturer which is providing this feature in the value chain. And then secure network, secure communication will be available. Shortly, I described all the 7 features which Bosch has identified as main features for the connected industry. But let's speak a little bit about what do we have right now and what Bosch is doing right now in the connected industry. Shortly, I will describe some elements which are already present in the industry. And here you can see, let's say, represented a manufacturing environment, let's say. Together with logistics, it's quite simple from my point of view. Some examples from also from Cluj plant, the plant which Bosch has in Cluj. For example, a smart replenishment system. We are in a way of implementing, and actually the actions are already started, systems where the machines will automatically order raw material from the logistic area. What does this mean actually? This means that from a production point of view, the machine will be able to identify the needs of raw material in production. Another topic will be the indoor location tracking. You will have to know where all your machines are stored, but not only this, you will have to know how the value chain is creating this. There will be assistance. The APAS assistant is a Bosch collaborative robot in order that it's able to work together with operators. What does this mean? In the past, the robots were closed because of safety reasons in security boxes, or you had to implement a security feature that your robot will not damage is too much, but will not hit the human being around it. Right now, there are safety features which can be implemented on a collaborative robot, and we also saw here at DevTalks an example where this is already on the way to come in the manufacturing area. A maintenance support system. What does this mean? A breakdown, let's say a breakdown manager, which can and will announce immediately the service team to intervene when this is when it's necessary. Together with the features of predictive maintenance, this will come and will influence the way in which we do maintenance of the machine, will influence the way when we stop the production lines. As you already know, maybe a production line is profitable only when it produces parts. Then also this will have an influence. And the people will learn from this because all the features, all the data is collected, all the data is displayed. The errors from the machines are immediately shown up on a smart device. Then the resolution on how to change, how to remove a part from the machine and replace it with another, it's fastly described and derived to the service team. Another topic will be collision prevention. This is already done in our cars, for example. This is already also available in manufacturing. A production performance manager. What does this mean? It means that you will have to look, and you will look exactly at the KPIs of the process, KPIs of the machine, if these are met. Together with the data you collected before and with the algorithms developed for the predictive maintenance, you can influence a lot of a production line. Then, derived from all of these features, all of these representations of connected industry, realizations till now, we also can see a high, let's say, demand of standardization, because this is a high challenge found out right now in the connected industry topics. We can connect devices right now. We saw also in the previous presentation that devices and smart devices are more and more accessible to us, and what we will do and what this will influence. Actually, there is an exponential growth in velocity in the amount of data, the amount of connection. And this is what also we are experiencing right now in manufacturing. Everything is getting connected. The data has an explosion. You will have to handle more. Also, you'll have to look at the capex from my point of view, because you will have to invest more. Then when you have much more data, what you will do with it? How will you process it with big data solutions, or let's say smart solution to learn from what you collect. And these are the challenges, but not the only challenge. On technical side, there are more challenges. Like if we think at the time right now. Right now, mainly in manufacturing, you can take decisions in minutes, hours. This will be shifted. Right now, you need, and the market is needing, that actually you will deliver, and you will have to take decisions in seconds, sometimes in milliseconds. Then in the future, some decisions will be done on spot by the autonomous machines, or all the real-time representations of the manufacturing will help the people, the guy in manufacturing, to take a real fast decision and to have all the data transparent in order to implement this. Okay, this was my presentation related to connected industry. Thank you very much for attending.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much for the presentation. Do we have any questions from the audience around smart manufacturing? What kind of industries are you seeing taking these solutions up now, as in faster than others? Where's the incentive, and which kind of industries you believe?
There will be the industries which are, let's say, influenced by big change. So if we speak about what is happening right now, a good example will be the automotive electronics, in which also Robert Bosch has a manufacturing factory here in Cluj. But not only, because this will be influenced by all, who will not keep the, let's say, the step with this change will lose, actually, from my point of view.
Is it as much a cost-saving exercise in as much as also an innovation play for better features, more interactivity with end users and clients and customers?
It's all in.
It's all
also
in, huh?
costs. Of course, mainly all the companies are driven, of course, by costs, by income, outcome. It's a cost run out, but also innovation. Because bringing on the market new solutions, actually, and learning from manufacturing areas and bringing and applying this to all of your, let's say, suppliers, maybe customers, will give you a position on the market. And this is actually the important topic here. Because you can innovate, you can learn. If we speak about manufacturers right now, a lot of manufacturers are right now in a digital transformation. Actually, also Bosch is in a big digital transformation started several years ago. And this is what they want to do, also the Industry 4.0 initiative. It started and it came out, of course, from Germany. Why it started from there? Because actually, I'm also working for a German company, but also, if we want to buy a thing and if it's from Germany or I don't know where, we may mainly rely on a German topic. So German know how to manufacture things, and then what can the IT industry learn from manufacturing? And then there will be an exchange of know-how and, from my point of view, topics which I showed here.
May I ask, how important is this in Bosch Romania right now? It's a cheeky question, I don't know if you're allowed to answer, but how many people are working currently on stuff like this in Bosch Romania?
Let's say, maybe I will surprise you. How many people do you think work on IT in a manufacturing plant right now?
Oh, a couple of hundred, thousand. In a manufacturing plant, you mean?
No, in a manufacturing plant, of course, you will have more than 1,000, maybe 2,000, 3,000 people. But on really IT topics, in implementation of IT solutions.
I guess a couple of hundred. Surprise me. I have no idea.
No, actually, if you have experience with this, normally you will find in a manufacturing plant where you have 500 or 1,000 people, you will find 2 or 3 guys working on IT there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, in Bosch in Cluj right now we have a group of 30 guys, but really focused only on IT in manufacturing, not other functions.
And is it mainly R&D stage, or you're actually also providing commercialized solutions?
The work looks more like, let's say, you need more functions in the IT. You need a PLC programmer, for example. You need a manufacturing execution system specialist. You need an infrastructure specialist. And then you need actually a big and very fast, let's say, information exchange with process specialists. And then from this perspective, you work like mainly also on development, implementation, and the work looks more like a DevOps, let's say, doing, but let's say with specific topics, because automation is quite specific. For doing automation, for example, not only that you will have to program the machines, but you will have to know a lot of other engineering stuff like electronics, electromechanics, mechanics. Actually, it's a field where a lot of things are going in.
Well, thank you very much for that. If there's no more questions from the audience, we'd like to thank you very much for the presentation. Thank you.